Hello guys, welcome back. Now in today's video I am finally addressing and I'm gonna try my best to give you a pull order, what to do with your pulls. I'm gonna try my absolute best. We are in troubling waters now at the moment. It is gonna be a pain. It is gonna be a pain. It is gonna be a problem for a lot of people depending on how lucky or unlucky you are. What I say might not even be possible. Now, let's be honest here. Why are we asking around and why do we want to know who to pull for? Because you don't want to make a mistake, okay? You don't want to make a mistake. You don't want to waste your pulls. And why don't you want to waste your pulls? If you think about it, it means that you care about the characters that you're pulling and you don't just pull the waifu or the husbando because they're cute or hot or whatever, right? That said, now that we established that one, when I tell you that you don't need a character, I mean it, okay? Now, let's start with a free-to-play perspective. If you are a free-to-play, you are going into Lucy. I don't know if you pulled Windsong or not. Let's assume you start in 1.9 with 0 pulls. You will be able to pull Lucy, even if you are completely unlucky. But Lucy is a character that you should be pulling okay, for. Okay. It's too universal. She is intellect, so she can go anywhere. You know that already from 6. She is a DPS. She can bypass a lot of things. If you want to know everything about Lucy, I made a guide and you can go check it. It's before this video, so it's really easy to find. That said, Lucy has very high value for a free-to-play player, and even if you're free-to-play and new as well, that's even more important, because not having many character or missing an Afflatus DPS won't matter after you pull Lucy. All you need to have is other Afflatuses, and then if you are missing one here and there, you can cover it with Lucy. So in Limbo, for example, if you have a lot of, if you're like Chi and Lucy, now you can cover Mineral and then any other element, right? So you only need, technically, whatever Limbo asks, you only need one of the two more important and requested Afflatuses. One, if you have it, cool, and then the other one, Lucy is gonna take care of it. So is a character that it's really important in my opinion, so even as a free-to-play, you should try to pull her up. Now, Kakania. Kakania is a really cool character. She does a decent amount of damage. She has that that special mechanic of storing damage and doing a lot of Genesis. It could help on Hydra, but we have to think about out of the box, right? We need to zoom out and look at it from a third-person perspective. You are a visitor, you are looking at it, you are looking from afar and you see this game and you are like, I want to clear everything. I can already clear everything, so I don't need this character, right? So if you can clear everything and you just picked up Lucy, you don't need Kakania. Kakania is cool, Kakania is cute, whatever you want. Kakania does a lot, well, yeah, but she does a lot of damage. Oh my god, right? Yeah, but so does every other character that you are trying to pull. So do you need Kakania? No, Kakania is a luxury pull, which means that unless you get super lucky on Lucy and you're free to play, you do a 10 pull and you get a Lucy, then sure, right? You can use those pulls that you would have used for Lucy for Kakania. Wow, right? That doesn't matter. We are looking at it in a perspective that you are not that lucky, right? Average luck, 0 pulls starting from 1.9. Free to play. That said, Kakania is a good unit, but you don't need Kakania. All you need to do, realistically, I understand that we are at a point in the game where everybody's is becoming a min-maxer. It's becoming obsessed with red triple S on raids or bare minimum triple S. If you don't get triple S on the raids, you're a nobody. You're shit at the game. Like, right? Nobody gives a fuck. Why are we caring about this? You are getting a very, very low amount of tickets if you're doing triple S compared to double S, right? I didn't even do this. So the triple S and double S, they're going to give you, I'm going to show you, because this is very important. They're going to give you, between S and triple, you are losing, where the fuck is it? God damn it. Okay, you are losing 300 tickets because you are here, right? You are losing 300 tickets. Then you go to the shop and you will have 300 more. What are you buying with 300 more? Look, there's on purpose a lot of things that you can easily skip. So after you buy the gluttony, after you skip the greed, because if you get the greed, you're insane. After you get to Sonor's Knell, or you can even skip it. I have 50 million of those, and I never get them, and I have 58, right? You can get the Enlighten, that's good for leveling up, but these mats, right? These mats you can get infinite amount of. You don't need to buy them. You can just farm them at your own pace, right? So that's a lot of points and tickets that you don't need. Same with these fucking things, right? Oh, some money. Oh my god, I can buy 50k. Right? Who gives a fuck? It's like 75, I think. But yeah. Oh no, $75 sharp penalty. Oh my god, it's one day. It's not 1 day. It's like 2 days of doing the sharp penalty domain. Like, let's try to be be more perceptive about what is happening. And let's not get baited too much. By the way, I need to do gold in the cave. I just remember 3 days Monka. But yeah, going back into the topic. Okay, that was a little bit of a sidetrack because it's needed to reprogram your head into a more realistic mindset. You don't need anybody. As long as you can double S a raid, which is extremely easy at this point, unless you're a new player, you don't need any character anymore. If you're a veteran, you don't need any character. So you should just pull for the character that you like or that like extremely powerful, right? Now, let's go back into topic. You are free to play. You skip Kakania. Skip Kakania and get Lucy. Now we are in... oh, by the way, for the banners, this is like select any 6-star unit for rate up. This could be an option, but it depends on your luck, in my opinion. If you are extremely lucky on Lucy and you are skipping Kakania, because you should, if you're a new player and or a free-to-play player, you should skip Kakania. It's a luxury pool, you don't need her. In that case, if you are missing core characters that are really, really important, like 6, for example, right? Or you really want 37, or you really want Spatodia, right? Those are going to be there. I believe you can get... Can you get Getian in here? I don't remember. If this includes 1.6. I don't think so, but it might. I don't know. If it does include Gatian, then Gatian is going to be the best option for you if you're pulling Lucy. That's one of the characters for the Lucy God team. Or you can pick up 6. A lot of people don't have 6 because it never reran, and if you're a new player, you don't have him. And a lot of people skip them because he looks like an NPC. Oh yeah, yikes, right? Like, bro, what the fuck? The character is insane. Pick him up. Now, this is another scam banner in the sense that it's going to deplete your pity and your pulls, and whatever you do in these 2 banners, they're lost forever. That said, if you are skipping, because you are, and I will explain you after, if you are skipping, now you can maybe try and see how it goes, at least, right? Because this is it's not a double, it's just one character. So you're not gonna have to go through another layer of RNG. Oh no, I won the 50-50, but I lost the second 50-50, and I got the second character that I wanted less, right? No, you can have, boom, I won 6, you pull for 6, you might fail, but it's just a normal, it becomes a normal banner, besides the fact that it eats your pulls, right? But it could be an option. It could be a solid option if you need those like core characters. Why? Usually I don't like these banners, but why am I saying this? Because after Kakania, we get into 2.0. There is a whole month, basically, because it's from, it was, but it will be for us as well, from 6th of June to the 18th of July, which is more than a month. It's like 42 days of banners that you don't need to pull for. Unless you're a new player, but even if you're a new player, I would, instead of pulling Joe, I would go for Spadodea or Melania, right? You might have chances, you may have reruns. The Gatian might rerun here. I suggest you wait because this goes through the full patch, I believe. This limited banner as well. So by the way, you should just wait in case we get Gatian rerun, which would be better if you are a Gatian interested in Gatian for Lucy. Otherwise, if you're for 6, you get that banner. Now, Joe is a burn character, but it's a little different. He does like AoE retaliation. You want the enemy to attack you while you have your shield up, and any character that gets attacked, he goes like retaliation AoE. It's cool, but it's not stronger than, right? So if it's not stronger than, then you can pick up the other characters or use the previous characters for beast, right? Is a beast. So what you can do is use Spadodea, right? If you have Isolde and Spadodea, you don't care about this character. If you need a beast, you can, I wouldn't pick up Joe anyway, right? If you're a new player and you need beast, you don't pull for a burn character because then you will lock yourself into having to pull for, if we get it, or in the future anyway, pull for Isolde as well, and it might coincide with another banner that you need more, right? So I wouldn't put myself into that situation voluntarily. So you might also fail 50-50 to a beast character. Just use that one. Reminder, you can clear the game with any character in the game. Almost every character in the game, especially if they are at least 5-star, right? It's gonna be a pain, but you can. Now, maybe you can't 100% the game, because maybe you can't get double S, you can't get full limbo, but if you don't clear full limbo, you are missing like half of a pool. Can we calm down with not clearing content? You shouldn't feel that bad to the point when you are compelled to pull a character because you can clear Limbo 6 Part 2 while you are missing literally like 1/5 of a pool from clearing Limbo 6 Part 2. Are you understanding like the situation? Like the games are made to mess with your brain and your perception of what's important. So I always stress this because I don't want people to fall on that every time, right? I can understand if you are torn in between, like on pulling Lucy, and then you get, oh shit, I really want this character because there's so much value, right? But for a character like Jay, because, oh my god, this Limbo is beast and I don't have it. Oh, should I pull Joe? No, you shouldn't. Should not. I rather you don't clear Limbo 6 entirely. You're gonna miss like one pull and a half, maybe. Oh my god, right? You're gonna spend 60 to 120 pulls to then clear Limbo now and get one pull back. Ooh, 5-head, right? Now, going back into the topic, you don't want Joe, nobody cares about this character, skip it. Nobody fucking needs it unless you like it and you are like a spender, but we are not talking about that. The most relatable course is free to play or low spender. If you're a low spender, you have like the monthly, right? That's a low spender. If you have the monthly, then you are not as tight in pull, like how many pulls you have, but it's still like you still have to pay attention because it's not like buying the monthly pass gives you 50,000 pulls, gives you like 20 pulls more. That's it. That said, going back, this on the left, those are reruns in China. We don't care about them because we might not get them, right? So I'm not gonna talk on this because they could be completely different and there's no point. Joe, skip. Mercuria is one of those characters that I would say yes, pull. even if the character had a little bit of drama, because the portraits, and I'm going to show you in a second, because the portraits no, let's do like Mercuria. There you go. Because the portraits here, where is it? The long journey cosmic energy lasts for +1 round, which people didn't like because, okay, well, what the fuck? So if I don't play Mercuria, if I don't play Mercuria with Marcus and I want to play with any other character, now this thing doesn't last as long. It doesn't last too much. Like, I need to get P5 to make it last longer. Are you crazy, right? This would help tremendously with playing Mercuria outside of Marcus. So people were mad about it. But when we recompose ourselves, and we think about it from afar, we go like, okay, this character is pretty good. It's really, really good, even if you don't play her with Marcus, but it's a best in slot for Marcus team. That said, you can also play her in any other team because she makes every character card to count as a higher rank, which is always good. Also, she gives a lot of buffs here and there, cosmic energy, critical rate for everybody. She does some damage here, plus the user attack for each. Depending on the rank, she deals more damage. The ultimate gives like adjustment, which is like +1 to the rank, which could help with like a lot of things. She also dispels, stats up, stats down. It's a really solid character in my opinion. She is also spirit, so she's not gonna get blasted by various Flatus unless it's intelligence, obviously. But so yeah, even without portraits, I think you should go for Mercuria, even as free to play. So your course of action, if you're not pulling on the scam banner for like the choose your own character banner, you're just pulling on Lucy. Lucy, skip Mercuria, okay? Mercuria is pretty good regardless. If you don't have Marcus, you could even skip if you got unlucky on Lucy and you lost 50-50, you had to go to like 100 plus on Lucy and you were like dead on the ground. You could skip Mercuria. It's not a character that you need. It's a luxury character, but not as much of a luxury as Kakania. It's an actual solid character that does a lot of things and you can actually use her, and it's not just a gimmick. It's not just a character that you use for fun. It's a character that can help, right? You can even use her with Lucy. If you check my guide, you will see that. Now, after Mercuria, we get into 2.1. 2.1 is going to have two characters that, in my opinion, you can easily skip. Tuesday, which is the first character that is going to go all out on poison, which we don't have a solid team for, because you could say, oh, but Jessica, right? Jessica only needs 3 stacks of poison. That is it. She applies like 50,000 million stacks, and she clearly wants to deal damage with poison. So Jessica is gonna stay there and look dumb, because that's the only thing she does, is getting a little bigger of a modifier on her percentage on their skills. That's not what Tuesday is for. Tuesday is not for Jessica. It's a collateral damage. Like, oh, okay, oh, it also happens to help Jessica over there, but Tuesday does her own thing, and I believe this is the start of a potential new meta of like Gigadot. But we only have this character for it now. So this is another very, very like super luxurious character, even higher than Kakania. Now we have Tuesday, Kakania, Mercuria on the luxury pools. Argus is another character that you really don't need. You do not need Argus. You don't need Argus. You don't need it. You don't need Argus. You don't care, right? So these characters are skippable as hell. And that is good. You know why? Because after this, Anjala is coming. Now, they didn't upgrade it. They didn't update it yet because it's not out. She will be out though, Monka. She will be out on the 20th of September, maybe the same time as Lucy. But yeah, Anjala is a crazy support / sub DPS support assist character. She's limited though, so if you want to pick her up, She's beast. If you want to pick her up, you really want to weight your pools and which characters you actually need. The only character between Lucy and Anjala, which are too limited, that I think you should consider pulling, it's Mercuria. It's Mercuria. If you get lucky along the way, you could also pick up Kakania. Otherwise, if you don't need any other, because these rerunning characters are kind of right? So let's assume we get these rerunning characters. Windsong, rerunning, it's another good character. Marcus, another good character. Ezra, no one cares. Calabauna, no one cares. Isolde might be good for a new player that maybe picked up a Spatodia somewhere. Or maybe you started playing when Spatodia came out and you couldn't pick up Isolde for whatever reason, you don't have Isolde. You might want to pick up Isolde. But if you are free to play, you don't need these characters. The only characters that you might want to try and pick up, maybe, in case we get this rerun, we won't, are Marcus and Windsong. But Marcus is more high maintenance than Windsong. Windsong is just a power unit. So between the two, if you don't have the characters that Marcus need, for example, Mercuria, 6, Vila, then Windsong would be better to pick up on this rerun. We're not gonna get these reruns. Let's be honest. We're not. There's no way, right? But in the miracle scenario, when we do between these two characters, unless you have the perfect characters for Marcus and you also picked up Mercuria along the way for some reason, and you happen to have every character, then yes. Otherwise, Windsong I feel like is more important in case we get the rerun. Now, Anjala must pull, in my opinion. I feel like we are in a meta now. Let's conclude. We are in a meta now where realistically, if you're free to play, unless you get lucky, you should just pick up 0 copies of everything. All the characters you pull, you don't care about the copies. Let's address the portrait allegation. You don't need any fucking portrait on any character. Let's stop like debating ourselves and like conditioning ourselves into thinking that we need the copies. You do not need the copies. In a game when you can clear with Blonny, you can clear Limbo or like Triple S with Darley Ladder, in a world where that exists, you cannot convince me that you need P3 or P2 or P1 of any character in the game. So, and what do you think is better? Having Lucy and 6, right? Or Lucy P2. What's gonna be better if you let's say you don't have 6, right? And you don't have a Lucy. Which one is gonna be better? 2 characters that are very, very, very important and can be put anywhere, or just 1 character with but 3 copies? Instead of dealing 30k, she deals 45k. Now, if you said Lucy P3, you're insane. You just or you just don't know how the game works. I'm not going to tell you how the game works. The game works in a way that you can be clearing everything with almost every character if you build them to the max, right? So if you have like a I3 level 60, R15 or R10 with level 60 AMP5 side tube of the correct type, or like their signature, for example, then you can clear everything. If you didn't clear, it means that you didn't play correctly or the RNG fucked you, so maybe try again, right? So with that in mind, you don't need any copy of every character, and if you think you do, you don't, right? Huge wow meme reference. If you think you do, but you don't, because you don't need any copies. With that said, I feel like the new meta is going to be picking up the limited unit, and then if you get lucky, P0, everyone P0, and then if you get lucky along the way, because you're eventually gonna be lucky, statistically, eventually you're going to be lucky, with the extra pulls, you might want to pick up one or two of the characters that are in between limited characters, because now it looks like, maybe not, but it looks like they are starting to do a character every 3 patches, which is like 4 months or something. So character, limited, and it becomes, I think it's 3 months? No, 4 months, right? 3 patches, but it's 4 months. So it's 3 limited per year, I believe. So in between the half anniversary and the anniversary, there's going to be another limited, which is not necessarily a, oh my god, are they crazy? No, it's fine. You just have to stop pulling for pulls for portraits if you're free to play. If you're a spender, go ahead. I don't care. We're talking about people that don't spend money or can't spend money, right? Which is the majority of the people playing the game. The whales only exist because there is an ecosystem and they can eat the plankton. But if they can't eat the plankton, the whales leave. Where to go to where the plankton is. You know who the plankton is? You. Free-to-play player is the plankton. If there isn't an ecosystem, there's no reason for people to spend money. So the big spenders are not going to spend money if they feel the game is dying. Why would a game die? Because all the little fish and all the little plankton and little minnows and little cods and the dolphins, they all go away because they don't like how the water tastes or whatever, right? And there are too many chemicals, right? So they are trying to see how many chemicals we can get before we leave. I feel like we're checking like, yo, would you guys mind if we add like a little bit of chloroform or some shit? I don't know, a little bit of sugar in your water. Is that okay? And we're like, okay, right? And that's the 3 limited, right? So I feel like that is not that big of a deal. Just pull P0. Don't feel pressed. Don't feel compelled to pull every single character. If they're not good or if you don't need them, don't pull them, right? I understand gambling. Oh my God, I need to gamble. More pulls up, but maybe I get lucky. Sure. A couple pulls here and there, yeah. But do not build PT. Do not build PT. Now, this is like the opposite of a good environment to build PT. You do not want to build PT because limited banners destroy your pulls every time and they don't pick up the previous PT from a normal banner. So, recap. If you're free to play, pick up Lucy, skip Kakania, unless you get lucky, then get Kakania. Try to get Mercuria, unless you get unlucky, then skip Mercuria. Pick up Anjala. That's it, okay? And then go on like this. Every time there is a character in between limited, value your options. Do you need this character? Is it very important? Do you have a hole that you need to fill? For example, an Afflatus or something that you need because you don't have, like, oh, I do not have a hyper carry star, so I'm gonna get big Winsong and that's it, right? In that case, yes, right? But keep in mind that every 3 patches you will get a limited, so maybe value your option. How bad is it? Do you need that character? Do you really need to fill that gap? Can't you use someone else, right? By picking up Lucy, you will give yourself a bonus clear for an Afflatus of your choice, right? So you don't need every Afflatus technically, you know? So even if you don't clear Limbo to full, or even if you don't get triple S, you're not gonna miss that much. No one is going to care. So, you know, you're not insane if you do triple S. You're just not, right? If you get red triple S and you have P5 Lucy, okay, and no one cares, right? So with that in mind, hopefully I helped you understand a little more where to go. Let me know if you have any other question or if your situation is a little bit different, you would like more in-depth suggestions, leave a comment, right? In that case, thank you for watching. If you watched this far, say, Anjala, my love. Just say that in the comments, okay? If you watched this far. Thank you for watching. Sorry for the long video, but it is an important topic, and see you guys next time.